Hello friends, welcome to Nexus Medical Media. If this is your first time, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Right, so let's have a recap first. So far, we have talked about the superficial fungal infections and the cutaneous fungal infections. We said superficial infections are those that are limited to the stratum corneum, and they essentially elicit little or no inflammation. And the bugs or the fungi in this group include Tinea nigra and Pityriasis versicolor. Right. In cutaneous fungal infections, we said these involve the skin and its appendages, including the hair and nails, same as superficial ones, but these ones will cause inflammation. And the bugs in this second group are mainly dermatophytes, and we also talked about candida infections. Right. Now, let's discuss the subcutaneous infection. You can click the link on the top right corner and watch this video like as part of a playlist, right? So there is a playlist on the top right corner and you'll access all these videos, right? So subcutaneous fungal infections. These primarily involve the dermis and the subcutaneous tissue. And in rare cases, they disseminate into the systemic disease, right? So they develop from implantation of ubiquitous organism into the skin through local skin trauma, right? For example, if you look here, this bug, I said they are normally found in the soil and they are of low virulence, right? So let's say you have trauma. This trauma will introduce the fungi into the deep layers of the skin. So you can see there is a wound infection here. There is intradermal infection, that's the dermis, and the subcutaneous infection, that's the subcutaneous tissue, right? So that's how they get into your skin, right? So the lesions gradually spread locally without dissemination into deep organs. So this is what happens in general, but in rare cases, they can disseminate, especially in people with severe underlying abnormalities, right? So the bugs that are found, okay, let me not say the bugs, but the fungi that are found in this group include Sporotrichosis and Chromoblastomycosis. So the first condition is sporotrichosis, right? So it's caused by a fungi called Sporotrichosis scanchi, right? So this is a dimorphic fungi commonly found in soil and on plants. That's raw stones and splinters, right? About this dimorphism, I will talk to you about it in the diagnosis. But only from this information, you can realize that this is an occupational hazard for gardeners, right? Let's say there is a prick by a thorn that is contaminated by Sporotrichosis scanchi. It will cause a subcutaneous nodules that appears gradually on your skin. This nodule will become necrotic and ulcerous. The ulcer heals, but new nodules will pop up nearby along the lymphatic tracts up the arm, because mainly it's found on the arm. So on this picture, you can see lymphocutaneous sporotrichosis on the upper arm with ulcerative fingerting lesions, typically spreading upwards, right? So let's say it started here, the prick was here, appearance of the nodule, and then disappearance of that one as it ulcerate, and the new nodules appearing, right, following the lymphatic tract. Microscopic examination of fungus reveal yeast that produced by budding, right? So it's more like an asteroid body if you look at this, right? So an asteroid body composed of a pair of budding yeast Culture at 37 degrees Celsius will reveal a yeast, and culture at 25 degrees Celsius will reveal branching hyphae. So this is the dimorphism I was talking about. Treatment of this condition is by using itraconazole, fluconazole, or oral potassium iodide. Right, potassium iodide. To remember this, if you are going to pot roses, you must buy some potassium iodide. Right, so it's just a way to help you that potassium iodide is used for treatment of sporotrichosis. Right, because I said, like, those who are taking care of the roses, it's actually an occupational risk for gardeners, right? So the second infection is called chromoblastomycosis. This is a cutaneous infection caused by a variety of copper-colored soil saprophytes found on a rotting wood, and these are called Thiophora and Cladosporium, right? So infection will occur following a puncture wound. Initially, a small violet wart-like lesion will develop, and over months to years, additional violet-colored wart-like lesions will arise nearby. And at the end, we have clusters of these lesions that resemble cauliflower. Right, so that is the pathway. First, puncture wound. Next, the appearance of a small violet wart-like lesion, and over months to years, there will be additional violet-colored wart-like lesions arising nearby. At the end, you have this cluster, and it resembles cauliflower. Right. So skin scrapings with potassium hydroxide will reveal copper-colored sclerotic bodies. And treatment for this condition is using itraconazole and local excision. To remember chromoblastomycosis, just to remember this, chromoplated this guy, right? Blasting the cauliflower wart on the skin, right? So you can see the cauliflower wart being blasted by what? By chromoblastomycosis, by these two bugs, right? Okay, so this is from Clinical Microbiology, made ridiculously simple. It's a microbiology textbook, straight to the point. It's a review book. Right, so on this picture, you can see blastomycosis on your left, right? And on your right, you can see sporotrichosis. Thank you so much for watching. If this video is helpful, please make sure you don't leave without subscribing. I depend on you. Until next time.